growing up in care, there was a lot of trauma for me, a lot of incidents, a lot of abuse. And I guess when I reached the teenage years, I needed some kind of outlet to express what I suffered inside. And so at first I came to reggae music, and I started to listen to all the reggae artists, and many of their lyrics I could really engage with and relate to. They seemed to speak of my struggle. And so basically I wanted to be a DJ to express my own kind of life experiences. And I had no intention of being a published author at that point. I was 15, 16, 17. I just loved the art form of reggae music. I just loved to express myself whenever the opportunity came. And so for me, at first, it was just me dealing with my mental health, even though when I was 15 years old, I wasn't aware what mental health issues were. I remember just writing about some of my experiences in the children's homes, just to get it out of my system, because I was still very much angry about the way I was treated. I was kind of sometimes waking up angry for no good reason. And I used to wonder, why am I in such a bad way on this particular morning? And so I think the writing and the shaping of trying to understand my younger self. Later on, it kind of progressed to me writing short stories, longer pieces of poetry, longer lyrics and songs and so forth, until, these pieces became 3, 4, 5 pages long. And at one instance, I remember standing up in one spoken word event where I rambled on for about 15, 20 minutes. And somebody suggested to me, Alex, you might as well just write a novel. And I thought, maybe that's the way ahead. And so for me, it happened quite organically. And I don't think if I had those experiences as a child, seeing not just myself, but other young people being abused and seeing their lives broken, I think if I didn't have that, or if I didn't bear witness to that, I very much doubt if I would ever become a writer, because those are the themes that really motivate me, that get me up in the morning, because I always felt that someone like me was invisible. No one really cared about what life I had to live. And no one cared about my experiences or the people who I grew up with, their experiences. And so as an artist today, I always have that as my main motivation, that I must always try to represent those people who maybe their voices are not heard, who are still invisible. My first character was a mixed race boy, Brenton Brown, and he appears in Brixton Rock. Now, I would say that he's probably 60, 70% me, because he shares my rage, he shares my bitterness, he shares my anger, but he also shares my vulnerability. And sometimes when you're living in a situation like I did, or my characters did, sometimes you don't want to show that you're vulnerable, and basically you just want to be loved, you just want to be looked after, you just want to be assured that you matter. You know, there's this big thing about Black Lives Matter, but in my day, it wasn't around. And people like me, white, black, whatever, we just wanted to be important, that, our lives were not just dismissed. Our lives were not just thrown away, so I tried to express that, especially Brenton Brown, my first ever character in a full-length work of fiction. And I kind of carried that through, if you like. My characters always seemed to be outsiders. I felt very much like an outsider when I was young, especially as a kid, especially as a teenager. I mean, even in Cane Warriors, I'm writing about outside characters who are trying to empower themselves, trying to escape slavery and so forth. And so I tried to carry that through all the way through my career. When I was young, absolutely revenge was on my mind. That has to be channeled, doesn't it? A lot of people say love can conquer hate. And I guess that is what happened to me. I mean, at least I had that experience with Simeon in the prison. And so he showed me another side of how to deal with my situation. I had those rare experiences in children's home with the nice social worker. And when I sat on a plane and I was leading up to meeting my father, I thought of those rare incidents. And indeed, I thought of my own children. I thought, if I do something bad, I'm going to end up in prison. I'm going to, how can I be a good father to them? So all these so in the end, love conquered everything for me. It doesn't mean to say that I don't get episodes, even now, in the middle of the night thinking, my God, that was evil, that was cruel. Why did you do that to me? I still get that. Don't get me wrong. I don't think you can ever be completely healed. I think what we can do is just maybe build some kind of coping mechanism so that we can deal with those past events that little better. Oh yes, I definitely agree on that one. Not just writing though. Writing is very important. I've advised young people to keep a diary or a journal, but also drama. I mean, drama is a great way of venting that sometimes anger or your lived experience. Use drama, go to a drama club or whatever, or, act it out. And that's a great way of expressing, anger that's held or restricted inside you. So, lots of art forms can do that. I mean, even going out there with your camera and taking pictures or whatever, that can help. Writing poetry, that can help. Art, that can help. The arts can really be a vent for what's going on inside our minds and inside our bodies. What is your passion? What are you mad about? What do you want to say to the world? What was your lived experience? What did you have to fight against? Who were important to you? I would ask you these questions because once you write about something you feel passionate about, it's very hard to get stuck because your passion will drive you through. It will drive you through to the end. Because writing a book is not easy. You got to get up and face a blank page and you think, oh my God, there's probably 250, 300 to go. And that's not, you think, oh, even I get, oh no, there's a long, long way to go for me to finish this. But what carries you through is your passion for the topic.